How is everybody doing? Joe, I sent you an invite for co-host.
Hey, sorry. Hi, everyone. I hope you can all hear me. I'm just checking the microphone. Is everyone available and able to hear me? If you can, maybe if you can just send an emoji. Um, at the right lower corner, you can do that. I was hearing the host. I'm not sure that I can hear anybody right now, so I just want to make sure that we're on and we can hear each other well.
I hear you loud and clear. Also broadcasting it on my YouTube channel. So for the listeners on YouTube, I may not be able to see your comments, um, but I think this should be a pretty good space.
Well, all right, then we're on. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me, or I should say, maybe it was kind of a mutual invite. I saw in a telegram that you were looking for some help, and then I actually listened to your first space that you were hosting or holding by yourself, and it looked like you just needed a little help. So I figured, since we talked about it, that I will come and give you a little help and keep you company here, and then see how it goes.
No, absolutely, because I felt like the first date I was dying out there. So having you on here just gonna automatically boost it up.
Well, this is what community is all about. So, maybe I'll just introduce myself to the listeners. I've been part of SHIP community for quite some time. Um, I really, I guess my conviction is with SHIB and has been, or with SHIB ecosystem, because I do hold just all the tokens, SHIB, Bone, and Leash. Um, I have to disclose that I wish I actually probably should start with the space that I am not a sheep team member. I am just part of the community. All of the tokens that I hold are mm, invested through my own earnings and my own investments. So anything that you see on my timeline is comes from my own conviction. So NFA. Um, and I joined I guess, the Roaring Kitty community shortly after I listened to Random Art's video. And I've been following him for a while because he had very interesting videos or YouTube videos about bone and Shibarium and the sheep ecosystem. So I just found it interesting. Um, my hope is that Roaring Kitty, as it did very well on the Ethereum, will also do very well on the Shibarium ecosystem, or Shibarium chain, I should say, and is going to grow exponentially over there as well.
No, absolutely, and that's definitely the hopes of the overall community, since about 90% of us are within the sheep ecosystem. We own bone leash, Shiboshis. so so I think this in my opinion, especially how the community was formed and wanted to be a part of the Shibarium network, everything should, I'm optimistically saying that it's going to work out.
100%. So I guess going back from when I was earlier in the Telegram, and I must say that I'm not a very frequent now in the Telegram. I'm more on the. I still have a really difficult time calling Twitter and X, but the X platform. I'm more frequent here than the Telegram, but I do stop in here and there to the Telegram. And I was there when the Roaring Kitty Telegram was still under 100 holders. And I believe right now, what is it? Just under 1,300? Am I correct?
Yeah, that's
I didn't.
correct.
Yeah, I didn't check it recently. So it was what really got me excited, and I really had a lot of respect is that everything was ran by the community vote, and everybody was kind of pitching in, including myself, and growing this token and kind of grooming it the way that we wanted it to go, right? So everything that has been done up until this point, it all came from people coming together and directing this token the way that we want it to come. So now we came to the point where the community wanted this token really badly to come on board to Shibarium. And it's been how long, Random Arts, that the community has been really striving to get it onboarded. It's been some months, right?
Yeah, since May. And it's just been one roadblock after one roadblock. But we're definitely hopeful for this month to be on Shibarium. So it's exciting. It's tough not having a dev. Like it definitely there's importance of having devs on board. But the community, we've been pivoting how like no other. So I'm excited.
That's 100%. So that is the difference with not having a developer, someone that is able to code for you and break that barrier. So you're dependent on somebody else's collaboration and helping you with these obstacles. Um, um, I'm hoping that with the current collaboration that you're working with, this is going to be successful. Um, as you said, majority of the people that are in this community and in the Telegram are Shibarmi. They are either original Shibarmi or people that came along to the Shib ecosystem. So we're really looking forward to also grow Shibarium because that is also beneficial for the holders of the bone and SHIB. So that's the whole point of the growth of the blockchain. So as again, it has been a struggle, but I also think that we have learned a lot along the way, right?
Absolutely. So many different lessons from trial and error as far as like marketing wise as well too for the token. But nothing beats organic, and that's something that I learned throughout these past few months. And like you mentioned, since we are like holders of these tokens like Bone, Sheep, Leash, growing the chain, it seemed like everything is almost symbiotic as far as within our holdings. So we own Bone, Sheep, and Leash, and we want to see the chain prosper, but we also own Roaring Kitty as well. And it seems like as more attention could get onto either Shibarium, via like a token that could explode, then it's going to affect our other bags that we have, like probably a little bit more deeper, uh, that we added more as far as money into.
Correct. And as Shibarium is growing and unfolding, which I think there's, well, I'm really following the Canine project that is unfolding in front of our eyes on Shibarium. Uh, there is going to be a lot of DeFi opportunities on Shibarium. So that is really exciting me, and it should be exciting a lot of people that are involved with Shibarium. So I am really hoping that once Roaring Kitty will make it on Shibarium, that will also allow holders of all the tokens to, have some other DeFi opportunities with holding those tokens with some DeFi pools and farming and such. And you probably are better at explaining this and probably have in mind of making some videos and educational videos, or I shouldn't say educational videos, but explaining of what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I want to do, especially once Canine Finance is they release the liquid staking, I am planning on making just the tutorial videos about that, and really going in on the educational aspect of it, because it does open the floodgates of possibilities on Shibarium, because it's Canine Finance. If you look at it, not only just from a DeFi standpoint, but as far as from a capital standpoint, where Canine Finance, like its job, its purpose, its utility currently right now is to serve Shibarium, to serve the Sheep army. And a lot of time people um, don't understand, the technical stuff of it. But if we just breaking it down from the simplest term, Canine Finance is capital, blood. Because if any business, and I look at it from just from I guess Web 2, the life and blood of any business is the capital or revenue that it's able to bring in. So Canine Finance is going to be that kind of like lifeline for Shibarium, bringing in that capital. So it's pretty interesting.
I agree. Uh, Also, as these projects are unfolding, I think very important for any project that is coming onto Shibarium that we also have to think about that those projects are also bringing the TVL to Shibarium. So that's what we want to be growing and grooming on Shibarium. We want to bring that to Shibarium. But these projects also should be educating their communities of how to bridge to Shibarium, because a lot of people are not very familiar with DeFi. So as I see all these upgrades and all these different forks that the SHIB team is working on, because I have seen several now that have happened for Shibarium, and our part as people that are interested to grow the chain is to also educating people on how to bridge and how to bring your funds or your liquidity onto Shibarium and how to use it. Because without using it, well, then we can be all just talking about it, but it's not happening, right? So we want to see that the transaction numbers are increasing, that you're actually doing things on Shibarium. I watched and rewatched the keynote from ETH Toronto that the SHIB team has put on. So I really would encourage anybody to actually, I think it's like a 10 or 11-minute video. And I've slowed it down or I've paused it several times because it's actually like really packed with a lot of information. So I would encourage you all to watch it, because I think, they put in a lot of like good like alpha information in it. I mean, they start with things that, like highlighting things that they have done, but they're also putting a lot of information of things that they're still working on that's coming our way. Of course, there's not a date on it, but it sounds like it's really gonna grow to a big, big project. This one app, like one giant app that's going to hold everything in one place. They're working on their own NFT marketplace. There was mention about being able to bridge your NFTs from Ethereum chain to Shibarium chain. Now, this is unknown to me, or I can't find any information whether this is just for like a user, a holder of an NFT, or say, for instance, like a Roaring Kitty. There was an NFT that was launched on, or a collection that was launched on OpenSea, right, on Ethereum. Would this entire collection be able to be brought over on Shibarium as well? So I'm here to support Random and the community. Uh, and what else can I say about it? I think it's been doing really wonderfully. The community has been working really hard. Everything that it has been done is really amazing because, again, the token is completely decentralized. Oh, I think we might be rugging a bit. Um, well, let's take a pause and see if we can come back. It could be me who's rugging, so I'm gonna try to step down, or maybe not. Uh, I don't know if I'm speaking just to myself or is anybody else in here. So let me see. Maybe I'll try to leave the space and come back. Let me try.
All right, guys. If you guys could do me a huge favor, just start retweeting this space. Looks like we got rug by X.
Well, we definitely did. I think we have some big competition with Mario. He has a really big space happening, so there must be some comp.
Oh,
I mean, who else would go to Mario when we have a Roaring Kitty space going on? Come on now.
exactly.
Or you can blame it on me. I was talking too much.
Oh no, Joe, you're doing really good. And I like this. Because like I said last week, it felt like I was just talking to myself.
Well, I mean, anyone can really step up to speak, and really, honestly, please do. This is a community effort.
Yeah, that's 100%. And this is what I was saying. I was having a conversation with another influencer, and I was letting them know that when it comes to crypto project, any crypto project could win in this space, but it only takes a group of individuals within the community to really step up, and by them believing in you know whatever outcome that they're looking for, then, for example, with Roaring Kitty has 100% chance of succeeding if the community goes, backs up Roaring Kitty, meaning by shilling, just doing their own part. Because with a strong community, we've seen what happened before with Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu is like the golden, the example for any token that's out there that wants to succeed. And it took a strong community. You also have other community that's popping up right now that's doing really well, like the Kindu community. They have a pretty strong group of people. You also have Turbo. So at the end of the day, like, if we want to reach that 100% chance of being successful, it is gonna have to be the community stepping up. Um, as you could tell, I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. It takes a group effort.
Well, 100%. Let's not forget, I mean, Doge was the original token, right? It for many even Shiba Inu holders, Doge was the gateway for many.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. And the Doge army, that that was a real strong thing.
That's 100%. And I mean, I don't follow very many people from multiple other communities outside, I guess, now being part of the Roaring Kitty, only because I like the fact that it's completely decentralized. So it is completely, truly in the hands of the community. So all the tokens are out, the contract is renounced. Um, anything that needs to be or that would happen with the tokens have to be bought just like sheep. Um, but I don't know how much involvement like Doge has with their own community and what they're doing. I know what's happening within the sheep community, but or like say I don't know what's happening like Pepe. I think it's a very strong community too. We saw what happened with their token, right? Or Bonk. I don't know what they're doing because I don't follow those communities.
Right. No, 100%. Like, especially for Doge community, their devs end up selling and leaving, and the token, Doge were just left up to the community, and just even without a dev, you've seen what Doge was able to accomplish. But at the end of the day, it is gonna always come back to the community. A strong community equals a strong token, and a successful token is at that as well too.
Right. So the conviction of the people that are in it is what carries it.
That's 100% correct. We have MBL requested to speak. What you got for us? Looks like it's still connected for him. Look like he stepped down. Don't tell me we're getting rugged again.
No, I'm still here. Again, if you guys can hear us, if you can just send an emoji, that would be great.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Can you? Okay, great. I can hear you all the time. I mean, the whole time that we were having conversation. I'm going to try to retweet this space. Maybe people thought we were done.
Yeah, if you're just coming in, guys, make sure you retweet this space. Our initial one went went down. I guess there's another bigger space that's happening.
All right. Well, I send a tweet out. We'll see if that's going to get anybody back in the space. Anyway, since I have actually a chance to say this in person, I just wanted to say to you, Random, thank you for everything that you've been doing for the ship community, putting out all the videos, and for Roaring Kitty as well, because you put in quite a bit of time to do that. I'm pretty sure you are. Um, and then going back to what I was saying is that as all the communities that are onboarding to Shibarium, I think it would be also very beneficial to, you know, teaching people of how to bridge to Shibarium. Because if we just put a token on a blockchain, or if we just, put it out there, or any product on a blockchain, as if we don't have users, then it's pointless. So we have to bring those users, and we have to encourage people to show them how easy it is to use it. Do you agree?
I 100% agree, because by doing that way as well too, because imagine 12, 13, 14, 15 different projects are focusing on the bridging aspect. This project may have 10,000 holders. This project may have 5,000 holders. This project may have, 700 or 1,000. And by us doing that, as far as like letting our community like, hey, need to bridge over to Shibarium, then that's going to also grow the chain organically, just simply by this project doing the same thing. And I actually like seeing what LTD is currently doing right now, as well as Hochi. Um, they're trying to unify like all the different projects together, and if there could be some type of council to to each project leader or each project representative could go out and strategize of how can us, as because at the end of the day, each project, they're still within the within the sheep Shiba Inu, I wouldn't say ecosystem, but world or sphere. They're holders, and they also want to see Shibarium succeed, as well as Bone. Shiba Inu leash. So I think that is a great initiative. If someone could start it.
Yeah. Well, and that's, now that you mentioned LTD, they also launched on Ethereum. So even though the NFT project was launched on, I'm sorry, yeah, on the NFT project was launched on Shibarium. So I would imagine that eventually they would want the token to also bridge to Shibarium. So I wonder if they will be utilizing also the Hochi bridge. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly to do that, just as Roaring Kitty is looking to do the same.
I
What are your thoughts on that?
I think they might because I did see their name on the list when Hochi's dev made the community announcement. Their name was a part of it as well as uh, I want to say Coyote token. But I'm not sure if Coyote's already on Shibarium or not.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I would have to look into it. To be honest with you, I mean, as many projects as will be, say, onboarding to Shibarium, it will be difficult to kind of keep up with each individual
Exactly.
project.
No, exactly. It is gonna be pretty hard. Um, because then it's gonna be because eventually you'll see like Shibarium like a sea of Ethereum because imagine trying to keep track of all the different projects that's on Ethereum, you know. So
That's right. I mean, the same way, like, say, for instance, on Solana. I mean, how many projects launch on Solana?
yeah, that is
Thousands,
yeah,
right?
that is a crazy amount on the daily basis as well too.
Right,
Now,
right.
and plus now with Soul Killer with that community, well, it might not be Soul Killer, Wolf Swap, they're creating the Shibarium pumping fund, or I forgot what they call it. But that's going to be an opportunity as well to have different communities to be able to come in.
Yeah, so a lot of things are unfolding. Um, I think it's all going to kind of come like a wave, almost, because it seems like uh, it's a standstill. But I think maybe it's going to be like a tsunami of things, coming all at once. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I really do because there's so many different pieces and components to go that is within Shiba Inu. So you have like a piece over here, a piece over there, a piece over there, and it's just being constantly being pulled together, kind of like uh, uh, a body. You know, you got the bone here, bone there, but eventually, once everything comes together, then you have like the full body. Um, and I think, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier with canine finance. They're going to be a very very vital part to Shibarium, especially bringing in the capital because a lot of influencers that I've seen in the past, as well as current, they tend to want to go where the money is being flown into. So for us having everything put together, by the time Shibarium really starts to kick off, I think we would be at a great place where once the ship, once the rocket ship start going, there's not going to be any stopping to it.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting and promising. So um, let's just cross our fingers and toes, I guess.
Absolutely. And even with Bone, like when Bone starts to, like nobody's gonna see Bone take off. nobody's gonna see it happen until it actually just happens, and by then, this is when you're gonna see a slew of different influencers start talking about Bone on a regular basis. Now, one thing that I thought was very interesting was Robinhood did that piece. It was a little, thread earlier this month about Shiba Inu and the fact that they mentioned Shibarium as far as like some of the success with Shiba Inu. And with them, I'm pretty sure they know what Bone is. I'm yeah, I'm pretty sure they know what Bone is, and I'm pretty sure maybe sometime in the future we could probably, and this is all speculation on my end, but we could probably see like Bone being listed on like Robinhood as well too.
Well, I like your speculation a lot. I mean, the community has been waiting for a very, very long time for some, bone listings with like tier one exchanges. I mean, I understand that I think the SHIB team is really big on DeFi, but tier one listings would be very helpful, I think, because it's still, I think, the exchanges do serve some purpose of onboarding people and then bringing them to DeFi in a way. Like, you learn some things on the exchange and then you kind of venture out into the DeFi. Um, we're still not completely there, and I may be wrong, where people are coming straight into DeFi, unless you know somebody that's in crypto.
Right. That's true. That's true. Now, I must say though, for the longest, I was a big MetaMask wallet holder, MetaMask user, and I wouldn't try any other wallet because MetaMask was the first wallet that well, it wasn't the first, it was like the second, and and it was really easy, at least for me. But then I started venturing out with other different wallets, like Trust Wallet. For a while, I thought that was like the best thing. But then when I got onto crypto.com, I mean, not crypto, but crypto Coinbase Wallet. Now, Coinbase Wallet does make it really, really easy and convenient to be able to onboard people onto the DeFi side. And I'm saying all of that to say this. Even I know right now with the Shibarium, with the Shiba Inu, they do have a wallet that they're currently still in testing. With I'm not sure if people know this, but there is a self custody wallet that you could have with just an email with Shibarium, and if they develop it to the point where onboarding, instead of them onboarding onto a not instead of they onboarding to a centralized exchange, if we make it easy enough, then their first onboard could come directly from Shibarium, and that could be a slew of different investors coming in as well too.
Well, so that would make a little sense because why would not a little? That would make a lot of sense because they already put out this direct buy of Bone, right? With MasterCard and Visa. You can buy Bone direct. So that would be like your step one, I would say. And the wallet thing has been discussed within the community, including myself. I brought that up in discussions multiple times within the community. Gosh, quite some time ago. That if one was to be built for the SHIB community, specifically or within the SHIB community, that was the only element that was missing, right? For like Shiba Swap. And that it needed to be like super simple to be used in order to be to onboard people into DeFi. Something because centralized exchanges, they just make it really easy for you. They take the all the extra steps away from the user and make it very easy. They they take the thinking away and the extra steps away from the user. So if Ship team or whoever they're working with are able to design it that way and make it that way, and then as they already did a direct buy of the gas token, then I suppose yes. The only other thing that is missing is then just off ramp, right? Like, I mean, we still live currently within a fiat world, but that would be something that was coming, I guess, down the line later. What are
Well,
your thoughts?
no, I agree with that. Because like you mentioned, if it is because it would grow the chain faster than any other chain. If like I mentioned, if because right now it is simple to be able to get a wallet, so they still need to work on like the interface and all that, the user friendliness, but technically you'll just need an email address because right now in Web 2, most people are already familiar with signing up with a Facebook, a X account, a Twitter account, or whatever account. It's always like, oh, I need to use my email. And now within crypto, and I do like the fact that they do have that available already, is just getting your email and you're able to get a wallet. So dealing with the off ramp, now that right there, we would, I mean, just from what I'm looking at, we would have to partner up with some type of major bank. But then again, it'll go to like, okay, are we gonna still be decentralized if we do partner out with a centralized bank? So those are definitely different questions that we could go down.
Oh, sure, it's another rabbit hole, for sure. Or a third party, like PayPal, like MoonPay. I don't know. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
that
there are ways. Um, sure, but that's another discussion in itself, I think, and it opens up. Like I said, it's another rabbit hole, like you mentioned. But and it's probably a lot of work. I mean, I would imagine it's a lot of work, and I would imagine that even just having the direct ability of direct bond buy and having Mastercard and Visa, agreeing to this or having the ability probably took some time.
yeah, no, that's true. That is true. And now, since I see that we do have like a big, strong connection within India, um, so again, there's so many different, and this is what I like about Shiba Inu, like the Shiba army. There's endless possibilities of different direction that uh we could we could go with it.
Of course. And I mean, this global movement, right? I mean, SHIB is a global movement because they want to grow it in every direction, right? They want to grow it in Europe, they want to grow it in the US. Uh, you see a lot of movement now in Asia, right? I think, as a matter of fact, what token 2049 is going to be happening, is going to be starting. So there's going to be representation right now with collaboration with one of the exchanges, Bank, I believe it is. So there's going to be something, I'm sure, coming up. Who knows? For all we know, and I mean, this is just my own speculation. Again, I mean, I'm just making, stuff up in my head and just wanting things to be kind of moving along. But at some point, this tree token is going to have to drop, So I'm hoping that there's two big events coming up, right? So this token 2049, ShibaCon is coming up. So I would imagine, before the end of the year, probably most likely it will. they're testing Shiba Eternity on the blockchain. I mean, one of the rewards is the tree token. So, I mean, something before the end of the year, I would imagine that, or, close to it, that we should be hearing, because that's how my understanding is that that game is going to work on. So when they are ready to fully on release it, they will have to have that token. That's my understanding.
No, that is true. And like I have mentioned in some of my videos, treat is almost like that dangle, that carrot that could get a lot of people on board to Shibarium. Now I did bring Hidden Warrior up. You could unmute yourself and what you got for us?
Hey, how y'all doing today? It's Sin Warrior. Yeah, I just wanted to ask some questions. Thank y'all for putting the space together. I actually just became a member of the Roaring Kitty space, moving some tokens around in preparation for the K9 liquidation event. But I really just kind of had like maybe a suggestion and maybe some questions in regards to Roaring Kitty. I know that when in terms of I guess utility. Um, that we got the NFTs going on. I was trying to see like what else may be on the horizon. I also want to just throw out a suggestion. Have we ever thought about like maybe creating like some simple fair betting games? I don't know if that's down the lane that maybe can attract people, like, making truly randomized games that give people incentive to play games that can probably make some real games. Games. It's just an idea that I'm throwing out there. So that's one part of it, just a suggestion on the gaming, maybe true randomization and gaming, simple games to people can bet on and make money. But also, I wanted to ask about the kind of like the structure of Roaring Kitty. Like, I'm new to the community, so I'm trying to see like who are the leaders of the community. Like for instance, like in Shibarian ecosystem, we know Shitoshi is like a key person. Maybe with K9, it's like Buzz. Like, who are some of the key players in the Roaring Kitty ecosystem? And thanks for taking time to listen to me. And that's all I got.
No, I appreciate it. That's a very good question. I know we did talk about games before in the past, and someone suggested. The thing is with Roaring Kitty, hey, we could like Roaring Kitty is wide open. So whatever direction that you as a community member want to take it, we could take it there. Whether like you mentioned, randomizing games as well as betting, those are great utilities. And like I said, like if that's the route that we all want to go with, hey, let's do it. As far as for key figures, within the community, everybody, I'm a community member. Like anything that I see that I think Roaring Kitty like needs, I just go out and do it. Like with my channel, I'm a YouTuber, so I use my platform as far as making videos about Roaring Kitty. But at the end of the day, like I'm a community. You could say probably I'm more on the marketing side, but anybody who's in Roaring Kitty are key figures. That's the way that we're trying to model it, where you as the individual is a key figure.
Okay, I understand that. I appreciate that. Thanks for answering my questions. And I probably just I'm in the Telegram, so I probably just be in there just sharing ideas or just talking and just seeing how everything develops. I kind of, I've been in the crypto space for a little while. I made some games here and there. I'm holding on to a lot of bags, but I kind of, see that this project is young, and I'm already heavily invested in the Shiba ecosystem, and I never really was a part of the like grassroots building of a token. I'm kind of interested, and me personally, I just got a lot of ideas, and that's kind of something I can offer. And it may not seem like that much, but the way my brain works, I do have a lot. I think I can offer some assistance, but I just want to put that out there. And thanks for bringing the space together.
Well, let's go. See, this is why I like Roaring Kitty so much, because each member within Roaring Kitty have something that they're good at, they're talented at, and they could bring that to the community. You know, like you just mentioned that within gaming, like I play games, but as far as like developing or knowing like key people within the gaming, like I don't have that type. So you having that ability and having that knowledge, that's something that's added, more value into Roaring Kitty as a community. So man, we're happy to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Joe, what you got for us?
Well, I would just add, I don't know if Hidden Warrior heard earlier conversation. I think it was in our initial space, is that we don't have a dev. This is a token that is owned by a community. So everything that has been done so far by Roaring Kitty has been through collaboration of just community members and collaboration with, I guess, efforts of people that are in the community. So if you got it, you bring it. Anything that has been decided, I guess it's been by a community vote. And this is how it's been working thus far. Am I correct on that, Random?
Yep, that's correct. Every single thing that we have, from our X account, from our Telegram, our website, our different listings that we gotten on these exchanges, everything was contributed 100% by the community. So it's like I've been a part of Shiba Inu at the early stage. Now, roughly end of February 2021, early March, around that time. So I've seen where Shiba Inu came from before, major listings. And this community, Roaring Kitty, is modeling, because a lot of the OGs that's in Roaring Kitty were OGs within Shiba Inu as well too. And just modeling after it, this is how we've been able to see like the type of success we're able to see, especially at a young age. So we're definitely happy to have you here.
Does anyone else have any questions or would like to come up to say anything? I see that there are several people in the room, so I don't have an ability of seeing it, but I don't want it to be just a monologue.
Right. Yeah. I could start just opening up the do some invites for some people if you just want to speak. If you don't, you could just ignore the invite, man. I guess people are a little shy, but we are approaching that 1 hour mark.
This is where I was heading with it. So I think we kind of covered everything about the token. We covered a lot about our hopes and dreams for the token. We covered a lot about where the token is going as far as the onboarding with the Shibarium, or the hopes of it, or the promise of it, and how hard the community has been working on the bridging part of it. You touched up, I think, in the first part of the technicality of it and how difficult it is, because we don't have a dev that can code for it. Because what the community has to understand, it is not just kind of like you can throw the contract onto the other blockchain. You have to code appropriately when you're on the other side of the blockchain. So there is some technicality involved with it that you know we struggle with by not having a dev do it for us. So we're kind of destined to have a collaboration with another team. So I guess the community has been looking for that help, and we're hoping to have it with the. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly, with the Hochi team now. So eagerly waiting to be working with them on that. And I guess Random is a really great person that has been updating the community through his account. And then, of course, the main Roaring Kitty account. And then he's been running the Telegram account that updates daily. And in the community has been talking in there quite a bit about that. And then also, there are funds for, like, I believe, right? There's funds for exchange listings. So they've been working on that as well. And collaborating with future exchange listings, because that has been in plans too. Am I correct about that too,
Yep,
Random?
that is correct. Currently, right now, the funds that we have is for the Shibarium, LP. So currently, right now, we hold about 14,000 bone, and again, it was all efforts done by the community, as well as the NFT sales that we've been doing. So each NFT that is sold, we automatically go out to the open market and we buy bone, as well as buy Roaring Kitty. Once we get onto Shibarium, and this is the beauty of it, we are gonna burn the LP as well too for that, at least for that amount. But that's gonna also start making Roaring Kitty deflationary, because similar to how Soul Killer Dam, their token is, we're gonna set our LP up similar to that. So that way, on each transaction, you could start seeing Roaring Kitty and Bone get burnt as well too. So
Perfect. And if anyone were to be interested on how to make like donations, that's all in the information is all in the Telegram, right? And it's pinned in the Telegram, I believe. As well, you can actually see how that wallet is doing, because you have been updating the community on a regular basis.
yep, that is correct. And what I'll probably do is just share it on this as well too, so that way, um, let me see. I'm just gonna share the link tree because it does have the NFTs as well as the websites. All right, just in case you guys were wondering, I just put it on the Jumbotron there. You got any final words for us, Joe?
Well, I guess I've been really enjoying going to the Telegram. It's been really a nice place to be. A lot of really nice people that I see that are, talking and excited about the whole journey to Shibarium and just about the token itself. Um, I am excited that once maybe the token makes it to Shibarium, that we will be able to also collaborate. Like I see the collaboration in between the projects that are on Shibarium, and they're collaborating together. So I would like to see that for Roaring Kitty as well. Like they do, different things together. So that just makes the community on the blockchain stronger together. So, I mean, that's my personal kind of hope for, so that we're not just there, kind of like, I see like LTD working with, a bunch of NFTs, or I see, K9 collaborating with, with other things. But again, it will open up, I think, the door for a lot of DeFi opportunities for Roaring Kitty holders, as you mentioned. So I think as you put out more videos, that is going to explain a lot more to the holders of what that will mean for everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one video that I'm really excited to make is just showing people like how big of a hack K9 Finance is going to be providing to Shibarium, with what you could do with not only your bone token, but also how to still be getting more bone and K9. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. So I'm excited about the 18th, especially for K9, because I'm a holder, and I think they're bringing huge value to Shibarium. So
Agreed.
Which
Well, it's been a pleasure.
one question,
Yeah, go ahead.
just a question, general question. Which token do you think benefits the most on the 18th? I'm just, this is just like an opinion based question. I mean, because it's a web of entanglement, and you really gotta study what is happening at each step in order for you even to know what to do, in the ecosystem. But I'm just asking, based on your opinion, which token do you think is gonna, or do you think one is gonna benefit more than the other? Just a question, opinionated.
I don't think it's just for me. I don't think the 18th, like, we're gonna see like huge. I think over time, because I'm always looking at it just like from big picture. Um, Over time, I think Bone would probably benefit the most, because it's K9's utility is to benefit Bone. Um, but also with it benefiting Bone, K9 is also gonna rise as well too. Like I made several videos saying like K9, it's gonna be well above $1 billion in market cap. So overall, I think if you have K9 and you have Bone, you should be good during this cycle.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm excited for it, just on the 18th, opening up the stake, and I'm gonna lock mine in. I'm ready. I got some of my bone. I'm gonna put in there, just try it out, and we'll see how it is. I don't own any K9. I've been thinking about getting some, but I'm just trying to see what happens on the 18th. And we got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm excited for the crypto market. I think I'm in a position where a lot of people probably are. I was the one that got in kind of towards the end of that 20, what was it, like 2016, and it was a real, fluctuating, volatile market, way different than everybody knows, way different than what it is today. But I made some good money, but I am still sitting on some bags that I'm hoping go to the moon. Bone is definitely one of them. So I'm all in on Bone. If this was poker, I'm all in.
You got a winning hand. You definitely got a winning hand, man. Well, we're gonna leave it off here. Try to have another one same time next week. We'll announce it, but yeah, I thought this was a pretty good space. What are your final thoughts, Joe? And we'll end it off with you.
Well, I hope so. I came to just kind of be your wing woman, I guess, to keep you company. As I said, I listened to your previous space, and I just thought to keep you company and to kind of boost you along, and then spread the word for Roaring Kitty and well, Shibarium too, because I'm a big proponent of Shibarium. I have been for a very long time. And for Bone, DC, it's all connected together. So I can't just be like, I'm like a mother, with multiple children. I can't love one kid over the other more, So for me, it's kind of like I love you, but I also love you,
Right.
like, I mean, so I look at it like in the big picture. So to me, it all makes sense. If one does well, then I know that the other one is also going to do well. So that's that's how I look at it. And having discussions like this, I think it really stimulates the community. It's productive, and we can discuss many other things too, as far as like, and a lot of it is obviously stipulation, because once again, I'm not sure that people that are in the room now heard I am not part of the team. I'm just an investor, and anything that I've invested is from my own money. So I'm just highly my conviction is very high in this ecosystem. So that's what I'm rolling with. And again, thank you for putting the video about Roaring Kitty, because I probably would have never invested in the Roaring Kitty had I not listened to your video. That's it. If we are going to keep up those spaces, I will certainly look forward to join you. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, and you guys all be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the Telegram.
All right.
Have a good night,
Good
everyone.
night.